Elves are wonderful. They provoke wonder. Elves are marvelous. They cause marvels. Elves are fantastic. They create fantasies. Elves are glamorous. They project glamour. Elves are enchanting. They weave enchantment. Elves are terrific. They beget terror. The thing about words is that meanings can twist just like a snake. And if you want to find snakes, look for them behind words that have changed their meaning. No one ever said elves are nice. Welcome, Pirate Council. May our tall tales please you. When we last left our heroes, they got disconnected. Well, I got disconnected as they were attempting to save Christmas. Rest assured that they did save Christmas from the evil Lich Ymir. And as part of their good deeds, earning themselves on the nice list of Aussie Santa and Mordenkainen, they have been promised assistance to return to the Witchlight Carnival. We find our heroes enjoying breakfast in the tavern in the Mangrove City.
Many fall in the face of chaos,
Cait.
but not this one. Not today.
Eating a nourishing breakfast, readying the day. When the doors blow open, the lights, the light kind of dims, and in walks a tall man with a sort of a goatee, shaved head, and covered in sort of blue and gold robes. It is Mordenkainen. He says, right, you all ready? We're going. I got shit to do.
Yeah, we're good to go. Pauly wolfs down his bacon and eggs as fast as he possibly can.
Karu does not speed up. He continues to eat at the pace he was eating at.
Sorn just stands up with his plate.
Without waiting for a real response, Mordenkainen flounces back out of the inn, where you see that there is a ritual circle having been burnt into the turf, probably upsetting some locals. And Mordenkainen standing in the middle, he conjures a tome in front of him that kind of hovers in the air in front of him, and he starts flicking through pages. He says, Carnival, 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 Carnival. Is that? Let's see. Carnival. Right. Okay. Strange. The carnival hasn't moved on like it normally does. It's still attached to this world. Oh well. This ritual can transport 6 of you there, though you're going to need to find your way back. Your own way back.
I mean, I was hoping you could help us make the ship able to traverse the astral plane.
Yeah, I don't have time for that now, because I got important wizarding shit to do. So you can go now or not now. It's well past Christmas. I got places to be.
All right, do you have like a business card that we can get off you, so that way we can get you to do that? Is that possible?
Well, next time I have some free time, I'll swing back and I'll find you. Don't worry.
Oh, mate, you're a bloody legend, honestly. All right.
I'm just gonna, before we leave, I'm just gonna handwrite Sorn, second greatest sorcerer ever, and hand it to him and be like, just if you need to find me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run to the ship, and quickly talk to just give me a second. I just need to go tell the ship to do something.
Yeah. Grab who you need.
Yeah. I'm gonna run to the ship
and a magical hourglass appears in the air and starts counting down.
Right. I'm gonna run and go find Nesbit and Ratty.
Mm-hmm.
And the priestess.
You find Ratty sitting on the captain's chair in the captain's quarters, but on the headrest of the chair.
Amazing. Yeah. Perfect. All right, so Nesbit, Ratty, and the priestess are all here?
Yep.
All right, guys.
And Diana Cloppington, Raynaud, you got the whole crew.
Great. Perfect. We are going to disappear for a little bit.
They all kind of look around at each other and go, okay. I mean, when are you ever really here?
That's very true. I'm gonna like
There.
rifle into the captain's dingo, go to the safe that says no Pauly's allowed in it, because I feel like that's bad. That's how Sorn would keep the money.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh no, the
easily
money's
cra-
up my sleeve.
easily crack it, just for like narrative's sake, because I obviously know the code. And then just throw like 500 gold at them. And go, all right, that should pay you guys up for like however long we might be gone for. Go meet us. Go sail the ship and meet us in what's that place we went to before? I can't remember the name of it. That's terrible of me. Aurora.
Aurora is like the whole area.
Damn it, fuck.
The merchant city?
The merchant city, yes.
Yeah. So the Verdant?
Yeah, Verdant. The city of Verdant, that's it. Yes, thank you, sorry.
That's all right. They all give you some semblance of what may be called a salute. If soldiering had become incredibly laxed or not invented yet, they all, one of them tries to Nesbit tries to touch his forelock, but you can see his eyebrows are all burnt off, and a bunch of like the hair at the front of his head is burnt off. So he kind of just touches his forehead. Ratty, just flicks his tail. You're not sure if he can actually understand you.
He does though. He's the most understanding person there. Let's be honest.
That's right. The Drow priestess just kind of rolls her eyes and goes back down into the hold of the ship without waiting. I think Diana probably can't even fit in the captain's quarters, so she's kind of peeking in, sort of ducking her horse figure down to kind of peek in through the corridor to kind of listen in.
Yeah, I'm gonna pack a day bag.
Mm-hmm.
And then just yell out to Diana as I go back running around the captain's quarters, just putting shit in, like his bag, not really anything of importance, just random knickknacks that I think that I might need.
Yeah.
And obviously nothing of actual importance or any use that needs to be described again.
Odd socks, even though Pauly doesn't wear shoes. Yeah.
That's exactly it. Yes. Yeah. And then go, Diana, come on, let's go.
She goes, oh, where are we going? And she kind of clops after you. Says, "Oh, am I coming on an adventure? This is exciting. Are we pirating?"
No, we're gonna make sure that Sorn actually sticks to his word.
Hey, I always stick to my word. What are you talking about?
Would you have remembered to grab her before we got this teleporting? Would you have? No, you wouldn't have. You're welcome.
Sorn just
Keep
goes.
going.
I guess.
All right. So with the four of you and Diana, you have Mordenkainen tells you have room for one more if you would like to bring someone else.
What?
Oh, I think we bring
Healer?
Reynard with us because if traversing, nah, whatever.
Well,
Just grab a random person off the street.
Lot or Reynard?
Even fail. Maybe they can
Lot
be
or
immune
Reynard, what do you reckon?
against the horrors
Probably
below.
Reynard's actually not a terrible idea.
I was like, who's
Yeah, but-
Raina?
Reynard's
Reynard is our Gith friend, but I feel like Lot is probably the better idea because Lot can also heal.
Shouldn't we take the cleric?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's take the cleric.
All right.
I feel like cleric. Yeah.
We also have a priestess, but she doesn't really do anything.
Just like
We're gonna
another drow I know.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna give her the. Alright, that's it. You're getting banished. I'm just gonna give her the look and just be like, we're gonna have words when we get back.
And she kind of arches an eyebrow slightly.
And then I wink at her.
And then she turns to her drow warriors who kind of stuck with her and are kind of doing odd jobs on the ship, and she says, "You hear that, boys? You're in trouble."
Mm. Okay.
That was very sexual and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, she's a feisty minx.
I meant the boys.
Well then.
All right. So you head back, the six of you, to the summoning circle. As it's been a while, it's a new year, new you. Can we go around the summoning circle and just re-describe what our characters look like? What are you wearing? What do you look like? We'll start with Sorn.
Sorn is standing at a magnificent 6 foot. Actually 5'11". But he's just a very brooding-looking drow in quite the nice dusty coat. But under the dusty coat is a very fancy-looking vest. Probably the nicest thing that he owns. Took it off a corpse. No weapons or anything to... He just looks like a normal drow. Just looks like an average dude. His eyes are kind of fucked up. Don't look closely.
Very good.
That's all I got.
All right, Cait.
Well, you see a very sturdy looking, one could almost say very mountainous, red hobgoblin. He's got his hair in a top knot. He's very graying, and you can see that his armor has seen a lifetime of action. He's about, I think I've said in the past, like 50, and he's a very average height, like a 5'9". So he's very sturdy. And he's got a very awesome knife on his belt there.
A knife. That's one way to understate
Oh, sorry,
it.
a very, very classy and nice sword. And I do want to say that he's very unhurriedly moving towards the circle.
That's right. Yeah, he didn't rush around like everyone else, sort of moving at a sedate pace, but being exactly where he needs to be on time. I love
Exactly around time. Like already, like you were packed before we all woke up.
Well, he doesn't have any stuff. I think all he's got is his like tea ceremony stuff, and he was already sitting and drinking and using that. So all he's done is finish his tea, and then clean up, and then arrive.
Brilliant. Katie.
Yeah, so Karu also didn't rush. In fact, he went back and got seconds, and he's coming back with another full plate of food to the circle. He is reasonably tall, pale blue, or sort of like sickly, translucent bluish skin, big like yellow eyes. He definitely has a fishiness quality to him and an elvish quality to him. He's got gills on the side of his neck, these sort of like sort of almost like spike-like fins along like his calves and his lower arms, and has like a black mohawk that's like super long at the back, somehow also becomes a mullet with like a white streak through it. And he's just weird looking. His clothes don't make a lot of sense. They look like they're swimming clothes. And like with the whole fishiness, that kind of makes sense. And he also has like a very noticeable tattoo on his right arm, I think, which is just like a swirl of patterns. And oh my god, he has 2 fucking tentacles. I literally forgot that. He has 2 tentacles coming out of his shoulders, but he wraps them around his neck like so they sort of look like a really big scarf.
Is he
like
wearing
me
his
understating my
tentacle
sword.
warmers? Has he got his tentacle
Pardon?
warmers on?
Oh yeah, he does. He loves them, and actually, that's what's giving the tentacles away. Because usually, when he makes them like the scarf, it just looks like a weird, fleshy bit of clothing.
Now, yeah, but now are they technical moisteners? Because wasn't that what they did? They made them
That's
all
right.
wet.
Yeah, but he's like he can't help himself, so they're sort of like doing this in front of him, like they're kind of like squiggling.
Very good. Pauly.
Pauly is your everyday average, run-of-the-mill pirate. We all know what a pirate supposed to look like. Rakishly handsome, beautiful, stunning with the ladies and the men. Just, in general, someone you just want to be around, unless he's stabbing you repeatedly for you trying to say, hey, you stole my stuff. He doesn't like that very much. In fact, he likes stealing very, very much, but doesn't like when someone calls him out for stealing their stuff. Because, it's not their stuff anymore. It's been stolen by Pauly. Pauly wears a tricon at all times, like a little tricorn pirate hat. Doesn't really like to leave his head. He won't talk about it. And then also wear a nice big epaulet coat that goes over his feathery body. And he has some scale mail on underneath that to make himself look all tough and, rugged. He doesn't have to try hard, though, because, he is tough and rugged. And yeah, that's Pauly.
Excellent. And joining them is Diana Cloppington, a half horse, half woman, not a centaur, by her own admission. And she is once again wearing her customary butterfly wing backpack, and is kind of standing around nervously, not really understanding what is happening as this grave-looking magician is chanting, and runes are sort of glowing up around this circle. By contrast, Lot is decked out in sort of priestly robes. She's dressed for the warmth. Long hair, just down, living life, kind of looking on interestedly, but not too concerned. And with that, Mordenkainen standing in the center of the circle, tells you all to hold hands, and we'll get you out. We'll get you off to the carnival in jiffy. Have fun, and don't call me. Vroom.
Can I just say, when we do the hold hands, Karu's still got like one hand, it's got a plate, and he kind of hesitates, and then like his two little squids go, and so he has the plate held up to his mouth by his tentacles, and he's just like slurping an egg off the plate.
One tentacle's holding the plate, the other one's like just scarfing it into your mouth.
No, not even that. The two tentacles are just like tilted the plate, and he's just like.
It's like a feed bag.
Yeah, and he's like, "Why didn't I think of this sooner? This is great."
Excellent. The world goes black. A starry screensaver rips past you in every direction until the colors start growing green. Though there's sort of splotches of dark purples and even browns, and you find yourself deposited in a familiar yet different location. Let us have a look here.
Still paying attention, sorry. Just my headphones.
That's all right. So you find yourself in front of the carnival, or at least a carnival. As you approach, the stands and attractions are in a state of disrepair. Parts of the ground, once full of lush green grass, are patchy with dead plants and hard earth. The joyful sounds that you've been hearing last time you visited, of children laughing, playing, and excitement in general, have been replaced by a susurrus of crying and the occasional scream.
Oh god.
Whoops.
Yeah, Sorn is just audibly going to say, "Oh god."
All right.
Or, "Oh no."
Wait, now that we're in the same area, can I pack the carnival up?
Well, it looks like the carnival's half packed up already. I do believe you did attempt to pack it up whilst you were
That's
in the material
right.
pack.
Yes.
So you look from your outside vantage point. You can't see the entire carnival shore, but you can see bits of it you remember. But the big attractions, the bubble teapot seems to have been packed up. The big top seems to have, if not packed up, half collapsed.
Yeah, right.
And there do appear to be some attractions here that weren't there before.
So
Ooh.
New rides.
Dylan has a idea of what this is. Would Sorn know based on the conversations that we've had in the past?
Well, I mean,
about the Witchlight Carnival and the history of the Witchlight Carnival.
I think you, as characters, you've all gleaned some instances of stuff about the carnival.
And where it came from.
You tell me.
Yeah.
I feel like Sorn would, based off the conversations and how much he likes to read his books, would know a bit about the Shadowfell.
Well, why don't you give me a history check?
1 second.
Alrighty. That is a flat 11.
You definitely remember that the Witchlight Carnival was originally run by an elf, which is why it was attached to the Feywild, some kind of elf. And it's weird that you met Shadakai running the place, Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, who are clearly not elves of the Feywild. They were kind of elves of a different persuasion.
Hmm.
You all stand around, loitering around the outside, or what do you do?
I'm just gonna say I think something bad's happened, and we should probably check it out, but tread lightly.
Fair enough.
Well, we had visited previously the office or the camper van of Mr. Witch and Mr. Light. Could we head towards that direction?
Sure. So you start heading through the main gate, making your way towards the big top and beyond the sort of caravans where the staff hung out.
Does that mean we walk past the ticket booth and we see that big fucking thing that's there?
Yep.
Oh.
So as you get closer,
I did not zoom in.
Oh, see, I did, and I was like, I've already looked around and gone like, Jesus
I'm
Christ.
looking at that bottom section area.
Ooh, I did not look at that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
God.
No.
so yeah, as you approach
Walk-in grinder. Sorry.
Sorry, I'm in the front.
as you approach the ticket booth, what was, if you remember, formerly staffed by an elderly goblin gentleman with sort of an ear hearing assist horn. Now just on the booth's table, sort of in the window, is a brain in a jar.
Sorn's gonna you're gonna notice. Sorn's gonna celebrate a little bit because that means his pact is done. If it's right, if what he thinks has happened, he doesn't have to follow his pact with that little deals guy.
As you
It
approach,
goes, brain.
a voice
Carrot's.
in each of your minds says, "Tickets, please."
Does the brain bubble when that happens?
Yeah, little bubbles come up.
I'm gonna dangle the pocket watch. They're all with me.
I'm gonna just hand him one of my ticket stubs because I still have some.
And I imagine Yama's crown has possibly flared to life.
Yes, actually, yeah, it has. You, Sorn, you attempt to hand him a ticket stub. Do you put it on the counter, or you just hold it out to the brain?
I just sit it on top of the jar and keep walking.
So can't even see
Just
it.
like one of these ones, like this is the count, like the top of the jar. I'm just like, and just keep going.
The brain, you hear in all your minds, you hear, those tickets are no longer valid. We are under new management, and a shambling hulk of a creature starts walking up to you, Sorn, to drag you back. But Pauly, you pull out the pocket watch.
Yeah.
And the brain, you hear say, "Wait, Beans. Take them to the mistress." And the shambling creature sort of lumbers up to you. It's hunched over. It looks emaciated, but it is. If it stood up tall, it'd probably be sort of 12 feet tall.
Right.
But it's kind of hunched over to be a solid 8 feet tall, and kind of it's dragging its feet, and you just hear it say, "Please come with me." And it sort of turns and starts leading you to the big top.
I
Yep.
mean, should we go on there?
I mean,
I'm
Karu is
going to-
bounding after it. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, Sorn's
Yeah, okay.
following. but,
Pauly will like follow like Karu and just like swing the fucking pocket watch around like with reckless abandon.
Yeah.
Sorn's going to like make his scythe just pop up in his hand and then like place it on his back.
Mm-hmm.
I think Karu goes up to the dude that's like guiding us. He's like, "You got a name?"
It stops sort of lumbering, turns very, very slowly to you, and says, "They call me Beans."
Beans.
And then
Aw.
it turns back.
And Karu turns around and he just like looks at Pauly and he just goes, "His name is Bean. it's so cute.
We'll try keep him in the settlement.
All right, so you walk down the main thoroughfare.
It's like, I love what you've done with the place. Just the decor now is just great. The screaming really adds to the atmosphere.
It's like the Halloween. It's like Halloween
Yeah.
version.
That's it. Yeah.
This is straight up Sorn's alley. He's loving it.
Yeah, you see all sorts of different kind of creatures manning or in the process of setting up booths and tents and things like that. There are some obviously that are all packed up, but then there are some that look like they're incredibly under-repaired that are starting to set up as you walk past. In fact, yes, I noticed one of you is looking at a certain creature that's sort of hanging out on the just on a beam that's sort of helping in construction of a tent area, and it just turns to watch you go.
Oh, cool.
Hey, Pauly, I didn't know your brother was here.
I got all the looks in the family.
Yeah, not much of them to go around.
But enough to not be that.
Yeah, look, that's fair.
Cool. So you make your way to the. Let's just move. Oh wait, I gotta bring in Diana.
And a lot, yeah.
Now, who wants to control each of these? Because I've added them as followers.
They can follow me if you'd like.
One for each. One.
One.
One per person.
I can control one. I don't mind.
Yep. Which one, Katie?
If you want to control a lot, then I mean, Cloppington is Sorn's problem.
Absolutely agree
yeah.
with
All right, that works.
Katie, Ona, and Diana. So if you open up their character sheets, you'll see that they are a follower from Strongholds and Followers. Katie, I know you know how this works, but for everyone else and everyone else at home, they have a signature attack that they can use every turn, just sort of a basic attack. These are level 5 retainers, so they have a level 3, a 3rd level ability and a 5th level ability that can be used a certain amount of times per day. And they take damage differently to regular people. They have to roll a con save to see if they actually take damage, and then they only have 5 hit points, but it's taken away differently, and we'll cross that bridge if and when we come to it.
The only random thing I'll say is Lot's minor heal says it casts Scorching Ray.
Yeah, I see that. That's
Whatever.
weird.
You can cast Scorching Ray then. I just looked at it, I'm like, what?
Yeah, that is strange. It's definitely meant to be like a healing word.
Yeah, that's fine.
She tries to heal someone and just does a whole bunch
sets
of
them on fire.
AoE damage.
Yeah, the cleansing,
shit.
the cleansing
Yeah.
flame.
It's exactly what it
Diana,
is.
who isn't much of an attacker, has a cheer ability where she can sort of bolster someone, and she has a praise ability where she can.
Which you can double both to someone.
Yeah, she can buff people. She once per day she can convert a hit into a critical hit, and her cheer lets her add a d6 to an ally's result. So it's like Bardic Inspiration, but as a reaction. Cool. All right, you all head in.
Are we moving our own tokens, Dan? Are you
I'm just gonna move you.
Okay, good.
Just gonna move
Yeah, cool.
As you walk in, you see 2 figures standing around. One of them with a clipboard taking instructions. She's a little bit. Oh god! I just closed it. Oh god. She's a little bit grim and grey. In fact, as you look a little bit closer, she seems to be covered in scars, and the flesh, her skin is different shades. It's sort of a patchwork woman, and she is taking orders, relaying inventory, and then sort of as creatures sort of shamble up for instruction, she yells at them, and they go off and perform some kind of task. The other woman standing there, dark skin, black curly hair, has a wicked-looking glowing red sword at her side, is sort of standing around with a proprietary air, and she sees you coming up, but kind of doesn't actively pay attention to you for a few moments. Looking, she's yelling at people, looking around, and she waits a few moments after you've been kind of deposited in front of her before turning to acknowledge you. I'll show pictures of them as soon as my game reloads back in.
Wow, what's the organ grinder?
And now,
Yeah,
right?
wild, right? All these little
Pauly,
changes.
get on it. I'm pretty sure I know how to use it.
Karu says this, and Karu's like, we should all definitely do again in this like new version of this place. We should go to that roller coaster ride.
Nope.
It went
It'll
so
be
well
nice.
last time.
No, because this seems like an opposite thing. So it'd be like the opposite of last time. So instead of
It could
fear,
so
it'll be
much
like
worse.
no. Instead of fear, it'll be like something you like.
Oh, cool.
So that's the patchwork woman.
Hey, can we keep her too?
And
Can
then
we keep all of them?
Oh,
And
she's
that one.
awesome.
So the dark-skinned elf with the sort of black curly hair and the wicked sword,
Missing
dressed
arm?
like an
Sword.
dressed like an adventurer. She actually give me a
Is she missing an arm?
yes.
Yeah.
And she doesn't have a sword out, but that's just for the great.
Yeah.
Sword in her hip, at her hip, and she kind of turns to look at each of you. Her eyes glow faintly red, not full on. As she looks at the six of you that have come in, and she says, "Welcome to the carnival. We're still just setting up, but we can probably accommodate you."
Someone's just gonna say, "Oh, you got the glowing eyes too. That's kind of cool. Never met anyone like me."
She looks you up and down, Sorn, and says, one of the sleepers. Interesting."
Ooh.
Oh no.
Pauly's still swinging the watch and just like whistling a tune to himself. You know?
Oh, her eyes snap to that instantly.
Yeah.
And she says, "Oh, you found it. You've come to return it. Very good."
I mean, sure.
What do we get out of this?
But yeah, do you have like
This is-
a reward for finding a lost
We are
item?
rewards-based adventurers here.
She says, "My name is Isolde, and this carnival is mine by right. You would
See-
do well to give that to me, as it is not yours. It was stolen from me, and you have stolen it in turn. But if you return it, we can all be made whole."
I mean, let's just talk about this first. Let's go back to the caravans and we'll figure something out. Yeah.
The previous management is occupying that area currently
In what form?
in cages.
Well, let's go see them.
Yeah, we didn't like them very much.
Yeah.
Step into the big top. It's not quite It's not quite fully constructed, but I'm sure it'll hold.
Now I'm doing like tricks with it, like you're like woo, and catching it in the air, you know.
Yo-yo
using all my dexterity just to like play around with this thing.
She sweeps off into the what's left of the big top. For those of you that follow her, you see that this place looks like it's undergone. It hasn't just collapsed; it seems to have undergone a battle. There's blood on the ground, scorch marks in the stands. A bunch of the stands and tables and stuff like that are cracked and broken. You think you see a hand, just a severed hand off on the side.
Yeah, someone's gonna point that out and be like, "That wasn't there before. I know." I'm pretty sure I threw a fireball into the stands to make it look really cool, and that hand wasn't there. What's going
She
on here?
says, well, it might have been. Just now the body's gone.
You know what? Fair enough. That's fair. Yep. Sweet. Let's keep going.
So she leads you in and kind of pulls up a sort of a wooden barrel to sit down on. You're all left to just stand around or pull up your own kind of broken furniture to join her in the center of the big top. And she says, I have been chasing this place for a long time. Always out of my reach until recently. I'm assuming you have something to do with that.
Sorn points at Pauly.
Sorn points. So Pauly points at Pauly.
He did it.
Then I should thank you.
I mean, look. Yeah, I guess.
I should
Thank
have
him however
known.
you please.
How do you thank you people?
I should have known send a thief to catch a thief. But you never visited me in the Shadowfell. Alas. It all worked out. I am moments away from what I desire. What do you desire?
Can we have like a group discussion about this beforehand? We came in here very unprepared.
Yeah, can we have a huddle? Just a quiet
We are
huddle.
not smart.
Very well. She waves her one
All
arm.
right. We'll huddle towards the caravans. We'll start walking towards the caravans.
Sure. Yeah.
Just
Kind of-
give us
There's- 'cause
give
there's
us a
that
private
side-
moment.
There's that side entrance to the
Yeah, just give us
to
a
the big
private
top.
moment.
I really like that.
You have to. You kind of go like half that area is collapsed, but you can kind of
Yeah.
like scooch in there, and you can kind of see a bit of a way through to the briars that encircle the caravan area.
I love how our semi-serious piracy campaign has turned into a buddy cop comedy. It's really good.
I definitely want to go find Mr. Witch and Light.
Okay.
Yeah, do you think we can just...
I mean, I feel like she's giving us a private moment, right?
Yeah, you're off to the side. You can kind of still see her where she sits. She's keeps looking over at you, but she is semi-distracted. She's obviously still talking to her aide, and
Right.
organizing instructions.
Right.
Sorn will just
And there's
say to the
6 of
group,
you sort of huddled into the side of this this big top.
It's okay. I can go over and distract her. Like, I'll keep her occupied. You go find the other 2 that are currently locked up. Like, I'm useless with picking locks anyway. I'm good at talking. I can talk a lot. But don't take too long, because she does not look like she has much patience.
Okay, just before you run off, let's actually do this group huddle, but a very short version of it. Right? What do we want from her? If we do choose her.
A way in and out of Prismia.
That's what you want. What do I
That's
want?
what you want. That's what I mean. That's it.
That's all Sorn cares about.
Should we get some tentacle knuckle dusters?
Oh, I've got this tentacle ring. I don't. Wait, what? She seems pretty powerful. Like, surely she can give us something like pretty good. Like,
Yeah, I
So-
kind
so,
of
like-
want her
I mean, look.
shiny sword.
Look.
Mm.
Okay, like the wanting part of me is realizing that we can probably get some awesome shit from her, but Yama's been teaching me the ways of not being a shitbag. So I'm thinking like this carnival meant a lot to a lot of children in a lot of planes, and I don't know if they're gonna like the organ grinder.
I feel
Yes,
like
so
the children
I'm
of
a
the
bit-
Shadowfell will love it.
Yeah,
Mm.
I'm a bit torn. Is
Yeah.
she not the original owner and proprietor of this?
Of the
Carnival,
original
the-
one.
Was it
Yeah, that we've
shit?
been
Was
told
it
about?
shit before? Like,
No, the
like
original,
Pauly
like,
asked that himself because obviously, like you
our-
said, we all know about it. Was
Yeah.
it scary and shit before?
Someone's going to be like, I believe that the carnival that we went to was hers, and then they tricked her and gave her their shitty one and took the good one. So, like, either way, no matter who we pick, there's a good carnival.
And
But
also,
I feel
like,
like she's the scarier one, so we go with her.
yeah, and also, like, monsters need, you know, activities and fun time too. Like, monsters have kids. Sometimes they want to put them on rides and leave them alone while they go and eat something.
Is
I
this
think we-
perhaps something that we can confirm with Mr. Witch and Mr. Light as to
That's
the
what I was
nature of
thinking.
the carnival beforehand?
Okay.
Didn't Cloppington
Pauly-
tell us all of this? And I love
Pauly's gonna
Cloppington.
pull like a clump of his like feathers out, and then take his jacket off, and then like put like some feathers coming out of the arms, and then like the neck part, and then drape it over, like drape the arms over
Like a
Yama.
chair? Okay.
Yama,
Oh my god.
Yama, and Karu, so it looks like Pauly is still a part of the huddle.
Is
So
there
we're,
any?
like holding up this jacket of yours?
I was going to say, is there any way that Karu is like using his tentacles to essentially animate this fucking jacket? And it's sort of it just kind of moves, you know, a little bit. Like it's just, but it's
It's gonna
always
be
really
like-
close to Karu.
And Yama just keeps nodding at it as if it's talking.
Yeah, and Karu's just like puppeting, like yes.
I love this. So I would like a deception check, Pauly, with advantage.
Yeah.
I think Karu turns to Paul and he's like, "You got to put the hat on. We've got the hat's gonna. You can't
have
take
to
your
leave
hat
it
off."
gotta stay.
behind.
No,
you got- yeah,
you
yeah,
don't
yeah.
need the hat. No,
Yeah,
you
you
don't
do.
need the hat.
Put the hat
No,
on.
You
Put
don't
the
need the
hat
hat.
on.
You don't need the hat.
Pauly.
You don't need the hat.
There's like a little there's like a little mitten tentacle that's like, put on the hat.
All right. Just Pauly is like just slowly
Sorn's
like
going to assist with taking the hat off with Mage Hand.
Pauly is slowly taking the hat off. Like, I mean, like this is like this feels like forever. And there's a tiny little hat underneath that hat. No kidding.
And the
So,
hat goes
takes
on
the
the
hat off.
tentacle, and the tentacle goes, yes.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, and I put the hat on the tentacle, and what you guys see is a fucking bald patch, right? Like, and I mean gigantic. The whole top of like Pauly's head is just missing feathers.
Friar Tuck kind of style,
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
on
yeah.
I would say on top of that, that bald patch, semi covering it, but obviously clearly not, is that little bottle of whiskey he keeps up there.
Yes. Yeah.
Today's D&D session, your DM is being charged, brought to you by Double Grain Australian whiskey this time. So
Yes,
this is going to be
double.
a fun sesh.
Delicious.
Speaking of whiskey, give me a moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Pauly is visibly uncomfortable with not wearing his hat. And you may have realized he's never not worn the hat around you. He has been stark naked, but the hat is still on. All right,
Karu's just practicing like head movements with the hat.
perfect.
There's lots of
Amazing.
nodding
Say
and
that-
shaking
that
heads.
Yama like leans in and he's like, he kind of taps his like widow's peak and he's like, "It's all right, young man. You're not missing too much."
Okay, no, we're not gonna have this conversation now because I'm gonna scream and cry. But but I'm gonna go find them, okay? And it's gonna be okay. And I grab yeah, actually that's fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. And I just go. That's right. Do the deception. Sorry. Yes. Apologies.
With advantage.
I got overexcited then. Oh, they're both 13, so 19 plus 6, so
Oof.
19.
Wild.
19 deception.
Come on.
That's incredibly lucky because Isolde's got an 18.
Oh wow!
I definitely should not have been tasting my whiskey and should have said guidance.
Cool. So, Pauly, you slip out from under your pirate coat and hat.
I cut off a part of the big top and then wear it as a bandana.
Mhm.
First thing I do. I don't care about the time frame situation. I'm now wearing a bandana.
Well, yeah, you have to slice a hole in the big top to get out, and you sort of slice through. Sorn, are you going with him?
I was gonna go try and distract her, but I think this is a better idea, so I'm gonna go with him.
Pauly
Oh,
and
great.
Sorn, you make your. Oh, sorry.
Karu, I think Karu looks to Yama like, this seems like this is already going wrong.
Yeah, I think Yama's eyes like widen in panic because like he's not a talker and he knows Karu is very chaotic.
I thought
and so
you were gonna.
we're, like,
I
we're,
thought
like,
you were gonna go
panicking.
distract her. That's what I thought you were gonna
Well,
do. That's why I did this.
Sorn's just going by the seat of his pants.
Cloppington and Lot, seeing what the plan is. Cloppington kind of just tries to park her body in front of the lower half of Pauly, where Pauly's legs would be, as if she's still part of the conversation. Her butterfly wings, of course, kind of obscuring some of the view as well. And Lot is just looking at you all like you're insane.
Karu's like,
With the hat, with the hat.
no, it's like the little hat. Oh yeah, everything Karu is doing, there is a puppeteering thing. Like at one point, I think we watch like Pauly like bandana up the bald spot, and I think Karu like turns to Yama with the hat, and it's just like, do you think they make like feather toupees? Do you think that would help?
Maybe. I think we have a bit of money at the moment. Maybe we should go and look for the poor man.
Yeah, and the hat's nodding like.
Pauly just sticks his sticks his like bandana head back out. It isn't the fucking same. I've tried. He just closes it back up again.
Someone just adds while he's walking away. He's like, I can keep the conversation going. Just speak out loud, and I'll talk into your heads from here.
What?
Like, you just hear like a tune in your head, like of Sorn just thinking out loud to make everyone hear him.
Like the Jeopardy wait song.
Elevator music.
Yeah. I think in a mild panic when we watch Sorn and Pauly both leave, and that's not what we all agreed. I think Karu just kind of does like that sort of half turn over his shoulder back to the lady. He's like, sorry, just really got to work things out. There's 6 of us. There's a lot of shit we've got to like agree on. But we much longer. And the hat's just nodding.
She looks over, scowls at the group. She obviously suspects, like, you can see that she suspects something, but she turns back and doesn't realize, that it was a very close thing there on that perception check.
Amazing.
Cool. Sorn and Pauly, you make your way, you cut through the big top to the area at the back where the caravans were, where the staff were. And you see the briar bushes that kind of protected that area and prevented people from coming in. And a hole has been burnt in the center of them. You can just walk right through. What's
through that hole?
The caravans of the staff that were, for the where all the staff gathered and go on their break and all that kind of stuff. Mr. Witch and Light's caravan. I can't remember the bugbear's name. What's his name? He's here.
Just call him Bugsy.
His hand is just still in the big top now.
So there, you see them in their caravans, but there appears to be sort of locks on the actual doors themselves, and in some cases, you actually see the one of the clowns who you remember being quite surly. He has this big sort of drawn-on smile, as the clowns do, but he looks very upset, and partly that could be because he's actually in a cage. Yeah.
Yep.
This is fair. I'm gonna look at Pauly as we're walking over and just quietly say, like, who was more powerful out of Witch or Light?
Witch.
Witch? I'm gonna go straight to Mr. Witch.
Yeah. Weren't they sharing a caravan?
Yeah, they're in the same caravan. You see, there's the door's been ripped off theirs, but there are somehow, probably by magic, there are bars that have been put in place where the door would be, and they're both sitting in there, kind of huddled like prisoners in a SWAT van, and I guess they probably don't really hear you come up. You two are quite quiet. And they're kind of just like looking down morosely at the floor between them.
Pauly just goes psst. Very obnoxiously loud for a psst.
They look up and look over, and eyes wide, and then the shock gives way to anger in Mr. Witch's case.
I'm still twirling the arm.
Yeah, he says, "You did this."
I mean, I didn't mean to.
I feel like you did it first, though.
We had a good... So I'm just going to show a picture of them here so everyone can remember what they look like. Just imagine bars in front of them there.
Mr. Witch is the one in the suit that looks like a 1950s
That's it, yeah.
gangster, right?
That's right.
I feel like he should be being like, "You did this."
You did
Ah,
this to
see.
me. I built
the
this
day of my
carnival.
daughter's wedding.
I invited you into my caravan.
Sorry, Dan, you have to do that for the rest of the session now.
Yeah. yeah.
That's
That's canon. That's how he sounds. Okay, good.
Yep.
Yeah.
You see this suit? My uncle's a tailor. Every stitch for blood. He says, "You did this to us. You were working for her all this time."
No, we weren't working for anyone. You just
We
had
had
a
no
shiny-
idea who she was.
Yeah, you had a shiny thing that I wanted, so I took it.
Have you given it back to her?
Nope. Still swinging it around.
Then we can get out of here. Mr. Light. If we can get your scepter.
Okay, look. We're still in the discussion phase, right? She doesn't know we're bargaining with you, but we are bargaining with you. Okay? You need to give me some good reasons as to why it's a bad idea to give it to her.
Have you seen that woman?
Yeah, she's cool as hell. She has a glowing red sword, and she's
The
missing
same
an arm.
eyes as me.
Yeah, badass.
Thank you.
Not you.
I don't care.
Look, we may have tricked her out of this carnival. But we don't want to go back to the other one. I don't think she's going to let us go back.
What was the other one?
It wasn't in such a nice place. Have you ever been to the Shadowfell?
No. I've heard about it. Sounds fun.
You know how the Feywild is all life, living, forest gone wild?
Hmm.
The Shadowfell is that, but death. Necromantic energies, vampires, an evil vampire lord who doesn't let anyone drink
Alright,
alcohol.
I get it. We get it. It's just very time sensitive. I'm missing my hat, and I don't know what to do about it. Okay, so
What
yeah,
do you
okay,
want?
vampires.
What can we
This
get
is
you?
this is what we're saying. Like, what can you offer us for this?
You pay us 50% of all of your profits forever. And someone like nudges Pauly and winks.
Did they even take money?
I don't know. I fell out of the sky.
Well, you remember that they absolutely do not take money. They take they take weird promises, like you have to be nice to
That's what I
everyone.
thought. Yeah. That's what I thought. And he lasted all of 3 people. I remember that. He had to compliment everyone he met, and he lasted like 3 people before he just.
No,
stopped
I
talking to
complimented
himself.
everyone. I did the Tobey Maguire walk through the middle of the carnival,
He
all right?
brain blasted everyone.
Yeah, I didn't speak to anyone. I yelled at them in their brains. Get more migraines.
Yeah, he says, "This isn't really a money-making enterprise. We're here to give joy. We give joy to the children."
You gave me nightmares.
But I mean,
I don't even sleep.
Can you really have joy without some nightmares? You have to.
Yes.
Did you overcome those nightmares? That must have been a very empowering and growing moment where you became a man.
I feel like this is an empowering moment for you. This is
Alright.
this is a growing time.
All right. We can figure out the payment thing if we decide to go with it. But you can offer us something, yeah?
What do you want?
Okay, look, I've already got another huddle going for what we got from her, and we didn't get any understanding of from that was going to be. So, look, I'm going to have to come back to you on that one. But where can we find Light Scepter?
The patchwork woman will have it.
Oh god.
Okay. All right. I'll think about it.
And Sorn will just be like, I'll catch up, Pauly. You go.
All right. Okay. I'll go back to the. I'll go back to the crew.
All right.
Someone's gonna be like, "Come on, guy! Like, surely you got some cool shit here. Like, I'm gonna let him figure out what they want from her. But tell me, you got some cool shit. Like, I know you can get into Prismere. That's kind of cool. Like, what do you got?
You want to get into Prismere?
Not just that.
We'll send you into Prismere.
Yeah, but I feel like she could also do that. We currently have half of the thing that will send us there, and she has the other half, so she's closer to sending us than you are. What cool shit can you give us?
I feel like you need to take a bit of initiative as an adventurer and know what you want and what your heart's desire. Because I could give you my caravan. You could take a swan with you. I have so many different things. I don't know
One
what
swan,
you want.
please.
One swan.
Let's take the sassy one.
Wait,
Yeah. The gossip one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He says, you already took one of my employees. What more do you want?
All right, wait. The carnival can be packed up and moved across different planes, can it not? Like, this is outside of the conversation.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yes. So,
all right. Someone's going to say, I want the ability to transport our vessel across the plains. Can you do that?
he says, I didn't make the watch, but I can introduce you to who did.
Can you also give us a credit with that person so we can go carte plunge with the budget?
I can put in a good word for you. And I think if you help me out of here, they will be very happy that you did so. Because I'm here running this carnival. Sorry, I'm losing the voice. I'm here running this carnival for them. They put me in this position. They put the idea of the switcheroo.
All right, you've given me a lot to think about, Mr. 1950s gangster. I'll be back.
They're in Prismere.
Oh,
They run-
you piqued my...
They run Prismere. You go in there, you talk to them.
Interesting. And I'm going to walk back over to the group and be like, apparently, Desire gave them the ability to, like, could give us the ability to move the ship across plains. And Mr. Witch knows Desire, because Desire gave him the idea to take over this place. So, like, that's what they can offer us.
Okay, guys, I have an idea.
Oh, God. What is it?
We're not
Let's
here,
have-
so this is
No,
like
no,
this is-
we're walking
Head
over
speech.
you.
I think it's head speech,
I
isn't it?
came
Okay.
back.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Sorn said he was coming back to us to talk to us too.
Yeah.
I have an idea, and it's
Yes.
very stupid.
Oh, no.
But-
You mean stupider than this? And Yama, like...
Hey, that's a masterpiece, okay?
Pauly immediately yanks the hat, like the hat back on, and puts it back on his head.
Katsu's like, nah.
And I like put my coat on while I'm saying this. All right, so what? I mean, this place has heaps of games, right? Maybe we have a competition.
That sounds terrible.
Like, as in, like, this is how they can win it back, as if we
Yeah!
compete.
Yeah,
I
we
mean-
compete as well. That'd be heaps of fun.
I think
Like-
the Fae are into that kind of thing, right?
Yeah, I think they
I
like that.
don't think these things are the Fae.
What if, like, all three of us? So it's like Witch and Light versus us versus that chick,
Yeah,
and it's like
yeah,
a
exactly.
three-way competition. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I could just break Mr. Witch out right now. I don't know
I
how
like-
Less
good
fun.
that'll do.
I like the idea of the competition. And
Yeah, that sounds more fun.
I'm going to use 2 of my captain points that I've got to your quarter of a point being the quartermaster. And I say that we do this.
I control the funds.
Yeah. How's money going for you right now, buddy?
It's all up my sleeve. I can just empty it right here.
Okay.
All right, this sounds like a terrible idea, but let's do it, I guess.
What kind of
She could just kill us.
What kind of games would we do? Like, what are our like? We got to be
There's an organ
strategic.
grinder.
Yeah, we can pick them. We all. You know what? Each team gets to pick one game.
Yeah,
Ooh.
we compete.
What would we
right?
pick? What would we pick? What would be our game?
I don't know. We'll have a little look around.
I think we did well in the mines. Oh,
No,
You
we didn't
did-
do well in the
yeah.
mines.
no,
We did
no,
not do
Yama
well in
looks
the
at
mines.
everyone, and
Yama-
everyone has like dark circles under their eyes.
Wait, look,
and
we
he's
can
like,
we can figure out what the
something
games
else.
are, and then if
Oh.
I figure out the games, that we can let Dan do it because I think Dan will enjoy doing that, being the Dan.
I'll be back in a second. I just have to run downstairs and grab something.
I want to
And
do the eating competition.
Yeah, I'd happily just do that as long as we
Yeah,
don't
that's what I mean.
die.
That's what I mean. So like all the competitions and stuff, let's do it.
Honestly, it is a strangely exhilarating and freeing feeling to die by cream puff, but also come back. Like,
I completely agree.
yeah, like, do you feel
Lot turns
like
to you and says, "You died by cream puff?"
we ate so
Oh,
many cream
yeah,
puffs that we died?
We were absolutely covered in cream. It's just so fun waking up to. Just,
And genuinely,
yeah.
I've never been hornier in my life. You know?
Well, like, I get that. But it's like, I don't know, existentially, I came back from that changed. I came back from it being like, death does not scare me now because I have died.
Because I have been
What?
creamed.
Yeah, yeah.
Diana, looking at you, hearing this conversation, she says, "Look, I know I'm not like a great member of the crew, but if you're pitting them against each other, why do you have to enter? You have the prize that they want."
Fun.
Oh, but yeah, 'cause we don't have
Yeah,
fun.
they can't have all of the fun.
But we could. That's a good
But if-
point,
If
Diana.
you
We
win,
could just be
what
like,
do
you
you
two
get?
race
You already
each.
have the watch.
We
We
get the
get to-
scepter as well.
Yeah, yeah. We get a
Yeah.
scepter.
Winner
Okay.
takes all, baby.
She says, "I mean, you stole the watch. You don't want to steal the scepter."
Yeah,
bit
see,
harder this
you
time round.
you would think that would be what I want to do,
Like,
but it
perhaps
isn't.
Stealing the scepter is maybe our fallback.
Maybe,
plan.
yeah, maybe if we start to lose, we'll steal the scepter.
Yeah, if things are not going right,
we can
see an
absolutely-
opportunity.
This
Yeah.
this can cause a distraction. I love it.
The
I love it. I love
the
it.
Pauly puppet can come back out if we need to go down that path. But like, and then Karu puts the Karu gets the little mitten tentacles out, but you know what that means. And like, he's like even doing little puppeteer. And he's like, but you know what that means? I get your hat back. Like,
There's some feathers still stuck in the mittens.
yeah. They're wet though, because mittens are always wet.
All right. Well, okay. Maybe we won't do that, but look, this is why it's a last resort. Okay, guys.
I feel like we've got to deal with that with Pauly. I feel like you've got to, and the little tentacle.
Yeah, I'll deal with it
smush
after we
smushes
do
your
this.
shoulder. Oh yeah, no, I don't want to do that now. But like,
Yeah,
After-
we'll brew some
after.
chamomile and we'll talk.
Work it out.
I mean, technically, Captain, I have like the opposite problem of you in like Karu gestures to like this. They're clearly shaved sides of his head.
Yeah.
He's like, see, like I don't have hair on the sides of my head.
Okay. Have you ever heard of a bald Aarakocra before, guys? Okay.
I mean, I'd never heard of an Aarakocra. Is that what you
that's
are?
also Aarakocra, yes.
Okay, well, no. For all I know, this is the
No,
what
it's
is
not.
it?
It's not. Okay, I've
This
met
is
like
the-
3 before, and none of them were bald.
But I don't know that. So you are my Leonardo da Vinci ideal Aarakocra, as far as I'm concerned.
Amazing.
Yeah, all those Aarakocrans with a full head of feathers are abominations.
Yeah, they're weird. Mutants.
Mutants.
Okay, we're getting sidetracked. Okay, let's stop talking about my bald spot and go steal the scepter or beat him in a competition.
I like the idea of playing the game, and then if that doesn't work, just resorting to
Stealing
theft.
it anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so you walk back to Isolde.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We have to do like a huddle break though, like like American footballers do,
Yep.
like break, and then we walk over.
Oh yeah.
And like no one's ready for that.
No, not at all. No.
What? Break what? Oh, we're gonna break things.
Cloppington just like kicks over a bucket.
That felt oddly satisfying. I feel exhilarated. All right, so you head back over to Isolde. She turns to look at you. She kind of holds up her hand to silence whatever Elise was saying to her as you walk over.
So is that Elise is the patchwork lady, correct?
Yes.
Does she have the scepter?
You see that she has she has something wrapped up on her back.
Right. Okay, just to notice that. Okay. All right. So we've thought about it, and
You know what your heart's desire?
yes, a competition.
Intriguing.
Yes,
What are the terms?
us versus you guys, and we'll make it a three-way, and we'll add in Mr. Witch and Light, and the clown.
Very well.
And
you
then
put up
winner
the
takes
watch.
all.
We, of course, can put up collateral for this competition. I'm afraid Mr. Witch and Mr. Light have nothing. I have taken it all.
Their lives.
Interesting.
I'm sure
Ooh.
you would appreciate a little payback.
So if you win, they die. And you get whatever I put up. If I win, they die. And I get the watch.
Yeah. How about this? All right. The
And
person
wait.
who wins gets to decide whether they die or live.
Not as exciting, but okay.
But also, like, we if we win, we want that scepter. And to keep the watch. And also to live.
What good is the scepter to you?
Good was a scepter to you. Like,
Without the watch.
Well, the watch prevents us from leaving, but we can make do here. The only reason they kept packing up and moving the carnival was to stay ahead of me. The carnival being stationary, it's not great. It means I can't unpack all of what they had set up, but I'm used to running a different kind of carnival now. It doesn't have to go back to the old ways.
Can I set up the way, like set it up though as well, like because I can do it this like normally, can't I?
Yeah, I think so. If you,
I'll
give it a
start.
crack.
I'll set it up. Yeah, I'll start to set it up.
Okay.
We want a choice array or whatever the hell there is.
You open it up.
Oh wait a second. You said it's different because of them. So this could be Pauly's version of the Witchlight Carnival.
You can add some flair, absolutely.
Yes. Done. Okay. All right. We'll keep thinking about this competition. I'm going to think of Pauly flair for a little bit.
So as you press it, things start unpacking magically. Some of the stands start setting themselves up. You see the bubble teapot, go from a small teapot into a large one. Though as it does, it kind of knocks over the weird kiln that Isolde and her crew had set up. And by the time it finishes, there's a lot of the things you do remember. Obviously, a lot of the main stalls and stands and rides and so on are there. But some of them have failed to set up, and sort of in the place of them are still some of the old things. It definitely seems like a patchwork horror of death and life in terms of carnival.
Can I have like just 3 booths that we don't have to even access? Or 4 booths that we don't even have to access, but just to be there as well. So we're going to have a Karu course.
Yeah.
That is necessary. Absolutely necessary. The bubble pop teapot now actually is forever pouring whatever tea the person's heart desires. Whatever the heart desires. Like it knows instinctively. It's like the machine in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, but actually makes good tea.
Yeah, good.
And then there's a Sorn Scornathon, which basically just like you have like a scorn off where the more the other person can scowl, they win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
And like,
whoever
there's like
can
a
hold
dummy
their
of
face,
Paulie's face.
and like whoever
There's like
can
a
hold
dummy
their
of
face
Paulie's face.
instead of a staring competition.
Yeah.
You don't blink. You have to not. You have to not laugh or not cry.
That's it.
Yeah.
hmm
And what was the other one? Sorry.
And then the other one, I didn't even think of my own one. No, that's fine. You know what? There's just like fucking flying, like, you know, like flying fucking birds around.
I know what it is. I know what it is.
Huh? Yeah.
It's that ride that's a pirate ship. That
Yes.
And it's actually the La Floridita. Like, it looks just like
It looks just like the Floridita, except for the bow. Instead of the kraken on the head, it looks like a giant Pauly statue on the
Perfect.
front. So it's like you're
Amazing.
swooping through the air, forwards and backwards.
Amazing. Yep, love it. Love it. Love it.
That's so good.
With the rapier extended too. So
Yes.
it's like
Yep.
brilliant.
I love it. Perfect.
She says, "How many competitions? Do we each pick one? That'd only be fair."
Choose your competitions 3.
Yeah, let's go 4. Let's go 4.
Oh, okay.
4. But
It's
yeah,
even a
I mean,
nice
like,
round number.
just to agree here, winner takes all. They get the scepter and the carnival and
The
the
scepter,
watch,
the watch, and the lives,
and
of
then the
Witch
and the
and
lives
Knight.
of. Yep,
I thought Witch and Light were going to join in on this.
they are. They are. I mean, they are, aren't they?
I'm sure they won't decline.
All right, can we let them out?
She turns to Elise and nods, and she goes off, shakes her head, and tuts at the hole in the big top that you've made, and steps through.
Doesn't
her
the bandana on my head?
she writes down. You see her write down something on the clipboard, and it's like, I'm gonna have to get that fixed. And goes, and coming out, Mr. Witch, Mr. Light, the hand, the clown, and the Displacer Beast are led out, and Elise says they have chosen their 4. They've chosen their team.
Amazing. We have some time until the whole thing's set up. Can I just ask her about herself? You know, what's your story, Dal?
Well, for a long time, I was an adventurer, like you all seem to be. Yeah, I'm from the Feywild originally, but I needed something new. I grew bored here, so I went out into the world, saw some trouble, killed some things, got into some scrapes, and then I never really had a home. I just really wanted a home, and I was given the opportunity to run the Witchlight Carnival. And that was good for a time.
Who put you in charge of the Witchlight Carnival?
My patron.
If you don't mind me asking, who's your patron?
I'd rather not say.
Is it Desire by any chance?
She looks at you and says, "Oh, yes, of course you would know."
Yep. Well then.
But so the Desire also then wanted Witch and Light.
Yeah.
Can I just like
Do you say
get
that
some...
out loud?
No.
Okay.
Okay, because
No.
someone's gonna like shoot a look at. Wait, did Desire tell which? Did they tell Pauly this, or did they tell me this?
They did.
earlier?
They
'Cause it
told
was
us
in my
both that.
conversation. It was after you left that I said had
Was
that
it?
conversation. Yeah,
Oh, okay. I thought I was there
Um,
for that. Sorry.
yeah. Someone's gonna like look at Pauly with like a weird look, and then look back at Isolde and be like,
Can I see if she's on the reg?
Sure, give me an insight check.
She's lying to me or not? 2.
Seems on the level. She would know who her patron is.
Absolutely correct. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna be like, well, that's a very, very interesting patron you have there. Well, you knew who mine was pretty quickly.
And how
So-
fares the Dream Lord?
Well, he's pretty good. Pretty good. Hasn't. Yeah. He's alright. Nice guy. Cool beach. Really cool beach.
Interesting. I've never been.
Yeah.
I
Well,
imagine
maybe.
they'd sleep.
Yeah. Well, I'm a drow. I also don't sleep. But I found a way.
Good for you.
Did find a way. Yeah. Well, maybe one day I could take you there. You seem kind of well-adjusted and cool-headed.
She says, I have too much to do in the waking world. Dreams,
Yeah, well, I can.
dreams aren't real.
Oh well, I mean,
Everything I
Sorn
want
pulls out.
has to be tangible.
Sorn's gonna pull out one of his nightmare crystals
Mhm.
and just hand it to towards the arm she doesn't have,
Yeah.
and then move it over to the one that she does have, and go, well, when you meditate later, just put this under your pillow. Tell me dreams aren't real then.
Her eyes kind of flash green as she looks down at it and says, I know a nightmare when I see one.
Yeah, well, they are real. So if you can make it through, I'll make it. Maybe never mind. Sorn will take it back and put it back in his pouch. He's that made enough wages recently.
Yeah. She says, so, what games... how does this work? Do we each team proposes a game?
All right. So each team proposes a game, and then there's one random game that we let the fate decide. That way, there's 4, so we all get a shot.
Yeah. I was just trying to figure out how we'd work out the 4th.
I was thinking that was a good idea.
Smart.
We're so dead.
We'll be fine.
She says, very well. What game do you choose?
What do we want to choose, guys? Do we want to do the make sure we do the eating competition? Because I know you guys want to do that.
I don't mind.
Yeah, we got like the eating competition, and then there were like actual like games, like
Ring toss and stuff.
like carnival games. Oh, Yama, the strength game where you fought the 3 goblins in a trench coat and won.
I'm really curious about how that game has changed. Can we like wander? Like
Yeah.
take our time choosing?
I'll say now you can call, like, if you say we're going to do a pie eating contest, that's fine.
Yep.
They can make that happen.
Oh, so we can just straight up choose it. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I have the original games prepared, obviously, and I have some ideas for another one. But
I like the ideas. Like, they're a bit different's cool. But yeah, let's do the eating competition, guys, because I know you guys want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
all right, so let me just write these down so I remember. Eating.
Can the Displacer Beast be the one in the eating competition? Because I think that'd be funny.
I'm sure the Displacer Beast looks different now. Or is
She
the
says,
same?
as we have teams of 4, I think it's only fair that you have one champion per test.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Agreed.
So an eating competition.
Do
Pies,
we-
fairy floss, bobbing for apples. What are we doing?
Do we remember? I think Karu hiked first. I don't think Karu was the better competitor out of him and Yama.
Yeah, let's get Yama in.
Like maybe it was like a con save or something like that.
Yeah, I think Yama only slightly won, but
Yeah.
I would
But you
also be
still won.
happy doing a like a strength game if there's one of those later.
Oh, okay. Then
Well,
what
you're
do
each, I think the way we're going to do is each of you are going to get one game to participate in.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So.
I
Okay,
mean,
so
I'll-
then if you guys don't want to do the pie thing, we don't do that.
No,
It was just more if
I'll-
you wanted to.
I'll do it, regardless of whether my character is any good at it. Like Karu would want to do the eating competition. Katie was trying to be strategic. Katie doesn't care anymore.
I'll be
No,
back. in a
I
minute.
think Yama is being strategic and he's kind of seeing Karu's eagerness and has kind of stepped back and he's like pumping his muscles, He's like, no, I'm saving myself for the goblins.
The 2 tentacles are going pie, 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 pie.
Perfect. Yeah, done. All right, sweet. Yeah, this is not supposed to. Look, if I come out of this with nothing, I'm happy because we've had fun. Okay.
Yeah.
To be fair, the deal didn't say, the deal was like the scepter, the watch, and witch and lights lives,
Not our lives.
not ours.
Not our lives. No, we're fine.
Yeah, we're fine.
Totally fine.
And okay.
The wording is important when you deal with a fae, right?
So, um, all right. So we got. Are you going sticking with the eating competition as the one you're suggesting?
Yeah. You want to do that,
Karu is
guys?
our champion for this one.
All right. Isolde says, "Okay, eating competition. We shall put forth the poor watered souls." And Mr. Witch and Light kind of confer for a bit and say, we'll put forward a race around the carnival.
Cool.
How do we pick the fourth one that's left up to fate?
Let's. How about this? We all pick one, and then we roll the dice.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
Yeah. Why don't you all pick just something and we'll roll a d4 and see what it is.
Wasn't there like snail races or some shit?
Yeah, there was.
Nail races.
I think Karu
Amazing.
suggests the snail races.
Yama's going to suggest the goblin wrestling.
Pauly will suggest the ring toss.
Okay, snail racing, goblin wrestling, ring toss. What does Sorn want?
Is Sorn here?
In his chair.
Maybe he wants the scowling one.
Oh yeah, the scowling one. We'll do the scowling.
Yep. Scowl off. Yep. Done.
Scowl off.
The scowl off. The game was made for him anyway.
So snail racing's a 1, goblin wrestling's 2, ring toss is 3, scowl off is a 4. Someone roll a d4 for me, please.
D4.
Go for it.
Alright, I got it. What's it? A 2. What was that?
That's the goblin wrestling.
Oh!
Yes!
Ultimate!
Perfect.
That's the best.
All good. Okay.
Oh, is it just like wrestling each other?
Yeah, I think maybe it's just wrestling each other rather than wrestling goblins, right? Like a 3-way contest of strength. Because they're all going to be like 3-way competitions.
Yeah,
Is it going to be like in a jelly pit or something?
it should be. I mean, this is Pauly's take on the carnival, and Pauly does like jelly wrestling.
Maybe he was thinking about cream too much earlier.
Yes, it's a cream pit. That done.
Yeah. That's why it's not a cream puff eating competition, is because all the cream got used for the wrestling pit.
That's
Yeah,
exactly it.
Yeah.
Cool, Mr. Witch. Alright. So we'll start off with the eating competition, then the race around the carnival, the poor watered souls, and the goblin wrestling.
I think I should do the race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what poor watered souls is, but that sounds like Sorn. So
It does.
Alright, so eating competition, who's going to be in from Team La Floridita?
Karu.
you got this, dude.
Yeah,
I
think
just want to eat
Yama's
pie.
massaging the tentacle like shoulders.
Yeah, and Karu's like massaging his stomach.
Race around the
blood
carnival
flowing.
is going to be, okay, Pauly. The poor watered souls, do you say Sorn?
Yeah,
And then the wrestling.
that's a me.
Yama. Cool. And who did they have? Mr. Hands. Mr. Hands? It's not Mr. Hands. That's a different thing. The Witchlight Hands. Yeah. Clown man. Cool. All right. So the eating competition, we have Mr. Witch, Karu, and Beans. Oh no, wait, no, sorry, not Beans. They need a different person. Bean. Okay. So I just need to find them a participant for their fourth one.
Someone who looks like an eater.
Yeah. Okay. I think maybe the creature you saw when you came in. That seems fine.
The brain.
The brain jar.
No, the striggy.
I mean, the brain jar would be funny in an eating competition. Just dissolves it in like the juices.
Oh yeah.
So the eating competition, Mr. Witch, Karu, and that flying creature you saw at the bubble tea shop.
Yeah.
Race around the carnival is going to be the Displacer Beast, Elise, and Pauly. The Poor Watered Souls is going to be Isolde, Mr. Light, and Sorn. And the wrestling is going to be Yama, Beans, and the Clown.
Oh, I get to fight that beans thing. Right.
Yeah.
All
right.
Awesome.
So, we'll set up the eating competition. From memory, I believe it was we need to make rounds of con saves, depending on how many thingos you're trying to eat.
Yeah, and it was like whatever your number was how many you managed to eat in like a minute or something.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what it was. So like the higher the number, the more pies you were able to eat. Oh.
Yeah, and if you failed, you just failed to get any, I think. But then you could kind of go.
No, it was you said how many you were going to try to eat, and then there was a con save, and then it was like how close or off you were, whether you failed or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or how long it took you.
And how much damage you took, I think, too.
Well, yeah.
Damage.
So this time it's pie damage. We had a long rest since like the.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, great. I'm gonna just take a long rest. Cool.
Can I ask what kind of pies Karu requests?
Fish pies.
Fish pie. I was really hoping you would say fish pies.
Yeah. So it stinks.
All right. Cool. All right, so we'll go first round. We've got Mr. Witch, Karu, and the Striggy. Where are they? I'm just grabbing the rules I have here. Let's bring these guys into a group. And how many rounds do we want to do? Because it's a time limit thing, right? Are we doing 6 whole rounds? 5 rounds?
If you wanted to shorten it and it's just like 3.
Yeah, let's just do
4
3
rounds.
rounds. So it's best.
Yeah.
It's like out of 3. Okay, cool.
Yeah, cool.
All right. So there's the ding of a bell. The pies are all laid out in front of you. You all have your own pies that you want. Mr. Witch has his cream pies, but they're there's no cream left, so it's actually just pure icing sugar. Because they ran out of cream. Karu, I think Pauly has summoned up for you. There are fish pies brought over by some of the merfolk that were in the carnival. And the Striggy is brought rat pies. You can see the little rat tail kind of hanging out of this.
I have one of those rat pies. They look delicious.
Yeah,
I'm like that. Rat pie. Yeah. Kara's a little jealous of the rat pies. He didn't think that was an option.
I didn't see the menu before we began.
Yeah, it's like,
You said chicken or beef. Why can't I have the rat?
Yeah.
All right. So first round, you begin eating con check. How many? Well, I guess it's a con check, and it's just a con save of how many pies you want to try and stuff in your mouth, I think. I really, I'm really unprepared here. I'm sorry.
That's okay. We kind of sprung this on you.
Yes.
I was half expecting you to go, great, cool. So that's a quick session.
Yeah. No, we're deep in it now. So I'd say the flat level, let's just say like 10 pies is a DC 10 con save. You can try and eat more pies than that, obviously, in your round. And for each extra pie, we'll just raise the DC by 1. If you fail your check, I'm going to say that you kind of scoff and kind of stop, and you fail to... You eat half as many pies on a failure. We'll put that, right? Unless it's like an absolute crazy... You've said, I'm doing 100 pies. You're not going to get half of that, right?
I feel like you can only really do like... Yeah, anyway, yeah. like 20 at the most.
20 at most or something, right? And if you... Yeah, and that one is you get no pies in. crit
boy.
successes are great. And yeah, we'll just do it like that, and we'll do 3 rounds, and whoever gets to the highest number. Mr. Witch is going to start off. We're going to try and get him to... He's going to pick a number. Let me write these down. So Mr. Witch starts off pretty strong, but the Striggy tries to go even harder. So Mr. Witch looks like he's going for 14 pies on the first round, and the Striggy's going for 16.
Karu's just like, shit, I'm going in hard. Should I declare mine before you like do results and shit?
Yeah, probably declare yours. Yeah.
I would say Karu goes for 15 pies.
Okay.
And I'll do my con save. Oh god, damn it.
Oh no.
7 pies.
So yeah, we'll say. Well, do you want to say if you fail, you get half of what you rolled?
If you sure. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever you want. It's your game.
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. So Mr. Witch also did terribly. So Mr. Witch is on 3. The Striggy though is doing very well on 16. So we've got we'll say
4.
3, 16, and 4. How's that? Round 1.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah, if you hit your target, you get exactly as many pies as you want. If you roll under, you get half as many as you rolled. I think that's
fun.
That sounds cool.
I like that.
Round 2.
Karu's going to try for 16 pies.
Mr. Witch is going to go a little bit more conservatively this time and go for 12. And I think the Striggy's just going to keep powering through. In fact, he picks up the pace and he's going to try and hit 18.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Those rat pies, man.
God
rat
damn
pies.
it.
Oh, no.
She's got sauce on them.
It's because the rat pies are just that fucking good. Fish
You're
pies
so
get
distracted.
hard. Yeah, I'm like, I really want a rat pie. I'm just like, oh, he's eating them so easily. They must be delicious. I shouldn't have gone for fish pies. We're so far inland.
Mr. Witch gets his 12 pies, so it goes up to 15. The Striggy fails, and so he's only going to get 4 this time, but that puts him on 20. And Karu, you failed, but you're also going to get another 4, so you're on 8. Cool. What's everyone else doing during this competition?
Just cheering Karu on. You know what I mean? Like, all about it. All about it.
Yeah, Yama's definitely like steadily chanting, but also brewing that mint tea that helped us out last time.
Great. Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Just getting it ready for the aftermath.
Yeah.
Sorn is just watching in awe. How do people eat this much?
A little bit flabbergasted.
All right. Mr. Light, seeing that he's way behind, is going to try and go all out here. He's going to go for 15 pies. And the Striggy, trying to back off from his incredible lead, is going to go for 10.
Karu is going to go all fucking out despite everything that's been presented by him, and he's going to try and do 20.
Right.
You see him just like get 20 pies and just like smash them all into like this like mess, and he's just like I'm sure this will go very well. But
Oh my gosh,
That's not bad, though.
that's the best he's done. No.
All right. Mr. Witch does terribly, overcommitting way too hard. He ends on 18. Karu, you don't hit your target, but what's half of 17? Maths aside, 8.
8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 8 plus your 8 is 16. And the Striggy hits its, or no, fails to hit its target. It went for 10 and failed. So it only gets 4. And so it's on 24. And then, so Karu got 16. So Karu came dead last, unfortunately. There's a bunch of cheering.
He swipes one of the rat pies after. Just like spits the rest of the fish pie mush out, and he's like, "I'm gonna try these. These are obviously better."
Excellent. All right.
How are they? How's the rat pie?
Well, he grabs like a couple left over, and he like brings
you.
it back.
Thank you
Everybody
very much.
has a rat pie now.
So the Striggy wins. It does a little like cawing dance. Eats one more pie for good luck, and then kind of falls over backwards and starts sleeping.
I think Karu goes over to the sleeping form and like tentacle hand just like shakes it like amazing work. And then like even to Mr. Witch, same thing. He's like doing the like sportsmanship thing of like genuinely like, well done, that was hard.
Excellent. Cool. All right, for the second one, we got the race around the carnival.
Yeah.
Now this is probably going to be a similar kind of thing, just to keep things moving along. We'll do sort of 3 main rounds, and you know how you're trying to maintain your good speed in racing around versus these creatures. Cool. We've got the Displacer Beast. All right, so round 2. We'll move these guys all out. We've got the Displacer Beast. We've got Elise, and we've got where's Pauly?
Yeah.
There he is. Cool. All right, best way to do this. Well, it's the same thing again. We'll do rolls. I think this one might just be sort of highest rolls. 3 rounds, like or accumulative over 3 rounds. And depending on how
dexterity or
it depends how you're attempting to to make your
so we can do like acrobatics, athletics, that kind of thing.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So the Displacer Beast is you're all there, ready to go. The Displacer Beast is kind of shimmering. You can't exactly see where it is. And the 3 of you are on the edge of the carnival, and your job is to kind of make your way around the inside lane of the river.
The figure of 8.
Yeah, that's around the thing. So the starter gun goes off, and the Displacer Beast is going to use its athletics to run. And Elise also takes off running. She's incredibly swift, seemingly.
Pauly is going to use acrobatics and jump over some of the tents.
Very good.
26.
Very, very good. The Displacer Beast is startled by the gunshot that goes off, and doesn't really make it very far on the opening line. But Elise is right on your tail, Pauly, as we've got a 5, 22, 26. Round 2. Swerving and moving, the Displacer Beast starts trying to catch up, leaping forwards and charging behind you.
You said she was right behind me, right?
Elise is, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to run backwards and try and persuade her to slow down.
Interesting.
Whoa.
Yeah?
How does that happen? Like, I need to know.
Excellent question. I guess this would be something.
I'll probably be like flying backwards, honestly. You know what I mean? Like doing one of those.
Oh my
ones.
god, yeah, like distracting, like your wings are making like a hypnotic pattern. Or some shit.
I'd be like flying backwards. You know, like oh come on, let us have this. You guys won the last one. You know.
All right. How about this? I'll allow this absolutely. If you can beat her, or distract her, I guess, long enough. It'll give her disadvantage on her athletics check.
Yep.
If you fail to, you'll have disadvantage on your flight.
Yeah, that's
because
fair.
you
Okay.
wasted time to do it. So we'll do a contest here. It's going to be her insight, I think, versus your...
Yeah, I'm literally panaching her. That's probably actually the best way to explain this.
All right.
Oh, 15. I rolled a 5.
She got a 14.
Oh,
All right, so she's going to roll with disadvantage, and you're going to
Yep.
get advantage.
All right. On this one?
On this check, yeah. On this...
Okay. With persuasion again then? Or
no,
do I
it's
do it?
for your acrobatics, we'll say.
Okay. All right. Jesus.
So how far do you get after...
Oh, crap.
persuading her to
27.
stop? Oh, nice.
I got a plus 13 in acrobatics.
She got a 14, and the displaced got a 10. So we're on 15.
I'm definitely like just weaving through like, you know, like the tents.
Yeah. And what do you have?
Buildings.
26 plus 27? So that's
Yes.
40, 54, 50... What is that? Maths while live is tough.
53.
26.
53.
33? All right.
53. 53.
Oh, 53. Yeah, you're miles ahead now. Having distracted her long enough. We get one more round. You're way too far ahead from her to do that again. But we'll see how this goes now.
All right, again.
Yep, just a normal...
Oh, 20.
20. All right. The Duralagoon, the displacer beast, seems to get a second wind and is somewhat catching up. And so is Elise, but I think it's not going to be enough with your excellent 20. She starts sort of catching up to you, but you're able to literally and figuratively flip the bird and do a loop-de-loop. You've got plenty of time before you cross the finishing line. Pauly, you have won the second competition.
Woo!
There's a fresh rat pie being extended out to you on a soppy tentacle.
As I finish my loop, I'm gonna like just dive for the rat pie and then take it up and then throw the pie up into the air. Bow, like you know, like bow down, and the pie will land in my hand. And then,
Yeah.
then I'm gonna munch on it.
Excellent. Cool. The next game is the Poor Watered Souls. Isolde leads you to an area of that's set out for this. You thought it was sort of an open area for, you know, hitching horses or something like that. But you actually see that there are 3 people buried in the earth, but their head is just sticking out. And they look terribly dehydrated. And she hands Sorn, she hands you, and she hands Mr. Light a sort of a magic wand that sprays jets of water.
Oh my god, this is amazing.
Sorry. Like the popping clown game.
Yep.
Yeah, so what this is going to be, same thing, 3 rounds. What we're going to do is you have to make an attack roll with the wand, and then roll a d4 to see how much water you get in the creature's mouth, essentially.
That's amazing.
So that would that just be like a unarmed strike?
You can use your spellcasting modifier for this because it is a wand, but it's also like an aimed thing, so I'd also allow, in this instance, you know, like a ranged weapon dexterity kind of attack. But I assume
I will absolutely just use my Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, so just use your Eldritch Blasters to hit, and then if you hit, the AC is going to be 15. If you hit, you roll a d4, and then that's how much damage you do, or how much water you do that round. After 3 rounds, whoever's done the most water wins. How about that?
Yep.
That's awesome.
Cool. So first round, Isolde hits, and what's this guy's? That's good. Mr. Light and Isolde both hit. Do you want to roll your attacks on? 1d4.
Come on, Sorn, you got this. Drown that fucker.
Oh, is that a 1? No.
Isolde got a 4, Mr. Light got a 2, and Sorn got a 1. Cool. That's round 1. Go again.
Come on.
Oh no, 11. Is 11 enough?
No.
No,
11
it's
misses.
AC 15.
AC 15. Isolde and Mr. Light both hit it. They seem to be adept wand users. But this time they don't do as much. So it's a 1 and a 2. So that puts Isolde up to 5. Mr. Witch is at 4. And Sorn is at 0 still. Oh, no, wait, no, he's on 1. Final round, Sorn. I suppose you have any
Come
tricks up your
on, you
sleeve?
got this.
Can I guidance myself?
You absolutely can.
Hell yeah.
In fact, you probably should have been.
yeah.
4.
Well,
26.
that's a 26. Can I use my get Diana to cheer me on with a bolstering praise?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna do that. So that's a 1d4, and that
An extra D4. Yes,
is now,
nice one.
No, now that's 8 because it turns it into a crit.
Oh, you just got to roll 2 dice then if it's a crit.
Doesn't it just double damage?
Nope, it's you always roll double the dice.
Yep.
4 and 2, 6. So I'm on
6.
7.
Good. That's good though.
I'm back.
Not quite good enough though,
Oh
Sorn.
no.
As they all got 4s.
Shit.
With enough ale, maybe they can be inured against the
Oh, so it's
horrors
old one.
below.
Oh no, they're on 2.
Yeah, they're on 2. In fact,
Okay.
they look at you and say, "We've got the most points. I don't
when
think
they
we
turn
even need
their
the final
back,
competition."
can I
Yeah, we
use my
do.
mage hand to tip their water out?
Ooh. Before they so they're very confident they've won, and then they're going to go over and sort of check how much water has hit these people.
Yes. I love this.
They're obviously, I mean, everyone's standing around watching this thing. So how are you doing this?
I'm definitely going to distract.
Yeah, I'm gonna like shoot a look over at Pauly. And like he hears in his mind, do something big.
I mean, like, look, you know, like, we got a point. If we could still win this, and you know what? No, like, look, all right, look at this, okay? This is just getting really silly, you know, and I'm going to turn the whole crowd away with my wings drawn, you know, like, you know, like, there's still a chance. Like, I thought you, Faye, were all about the fucking game. The game isn't over yet.
Give me
and then,
what's this, a performance or a deception?
Probably performance.
Mm-hmm.
I want to believe it is. It's the same roll anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, 19 and then 25 in total.
Oh.
So that'd be insight. 25 total.
Mm-hmm.
Isolde doesn't notice. Mr. Light, you think notices Sorn, but only because he got a crit. So you're gonna have give me a sleight of hand check to see how much water you can get out of here.
Okay, I am going. Would this count also as
So it's 9. The scores are 9, 8,
Ah, no,
and
it's an
what was
ability.
your score? 5 in the end.
7.
7.
7 in the end.
Yeah. So,
Sleight of hand. I'm gonna guidance myself with this as well.
well, before you roll that, let me set the DC. So you need to get 2 sort of water worth out of there. Let's say it's DC 14.
Would I be able to count this as an attack somehow?
No.
Yeah.
Can you not guidance skill checks?
Oh no, I can guidance a skill check, but I have a better feat.
Oh.
Unless I have something in my warlock side.
I'll tell you what, I will give you advantage because Pauly is making such a distraction.
Okay, well, advantage on sleight of hand plus guidance.
DC
is-
14, let's do it.
Oh, easy, 21.
Yeah.
Nailed
Hey.
it. So how do you bring to attention that you actually won?
I'm just gonna point. You're like,
Well, I'm
Proof's in the
gonna be
pudding.
like, look, and we don't even know. Like, look, we haven't even checked yet. You just think yours is more hydrated. Maybe your guy moisturizes. All right. I mean, look at ours. Ours was basically puckered. You know what I mean? Like even before it started. So, like, let's go check the water.
They go over, they check, and they look a little bit suspicious, but they say, well,
Wait, like I'm guessing, which one didn't he?
no, it was
Light
Resolve.
one. Yeah, Mr. Light one though, because he only took the 2 water out of Resolved, correct?
Oh, is that what he did? Okay.
Well, I'm assuming
Um,
that's the case, correct? Because you couldn't do it out of both.
well, no, if I moved it around and took 1 from each, it ends up being a draw.
Oh,
We end up
fun.
at 7,
So we go to a
Or do you
tiebreaker.
wanna-
We go to the 4th
7,
round, the
7,
tiebreaker
6.
round,
Yeah,
and Yama gets to compete. I like that. I like that story.
yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make it a tie.
All right. There's currently a tie. The original, or the Mr. Light crew are very upset because they won nothing, and they had to share this kind of even win with everybody. They kind of bow their heads and look dejected. And Isolde says, "Well, there is only one way to get a winner. Then it is between your team and mine, Captain Pauly. We go to the final round. Beans!" And Beans lumbers up into the ring.
You've got this, Yama. You've got
Yeah.
this, Yama.
Yeah.
Yama
Okay.
just like saunters, like
Like,
Yes.
Karu's being like warming up your back muscles. Like
Wait,
you've got like tentacle massage and hand massage all going at once.
Wait, do we give you anything?
like hype manning him.
Yeah. He's like, you got this.
Do we have anything we can give you to
Oh,
make this more
well,
awesome?
I think Yama holds up his
Sorn,
hand
touch.
to Sorn for a high five.
There we go. Perfect.
Give me some
Uh,
guidance.
That is done.
I've got to find.
Oh, I have an idea.
Oh my
idea.
God.
If things go south.
Okay, I'm excited.
Actually, not even if things go south. I know what I'm going to do to help out.
So curious.
Huh?
So I think this is just going to be 3 straight up athletics contests, unless you have other things you would like to try and do over these 3 rounds.
And I like try and intimidate him as I walk in the ring to throw him off his first kind of maneuver.
Ooh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so like Yama just kind of walks into the ring and he looks him up and down and he kind of looks back to his friends and he nods and he's like, I think I've got this in the bag. And let's see if I can intimidate this giant thing with a 16.
16, so he's going to try.
Guidance.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I had the guidance.
With enough
I
ale,
guess I-
maybe they can be inured against the horrors below.
Well, better than nothing.
Cool. So 17 versus, they're going to do an insight check to see if they see through this charade
bravado.
of intimidation. Would you believe that Beans is not super insightful? So you come in What does intimidation from Yama look like? Because I assume it's not sort of beating his chest and that kind of stuff, is it? What does it feel like?
No, I think it's more like you can see, like, the wear and tear on Yama's armor. Like, you can tell, like, he's graying in the face and he still looks like this stout, solid,
Beefcake.
hobgoblin. Like, he's seen some shit, and I think he just kind of, like, he lets that, like, talk, and he looks this guy up and down, and he's
He's like an even sexier Arnold Schwarzenegger now. You know what I mean? Like,
Very good.
but just the hobgoblin version.
Alright, I'm going to give you advantage on this check,
Sweet.
as Beans kind of is already hunched, but is almost trying to make himself look even smaller, even though he's towering over you.
Would you say that Beans is a hostile creature?
Probably in this instance.
I'm getting a panache Beans.
Oh, from the sidelines. What?
Yep.
So remind me again what Beans has to do.
Insight check against my persuasion.
I want to like do it this round, or you want to leave it for next round or something.
When
like
I
that.
don't have advantage.
Oh, good point.
Yeah.
Good point. Well, but like, we could add the disadvantage on top of that, so it's like a guaranteed win. Because panache. As an action, you can make a persuasion check contested by a creature's insight check. On a success, a hostile creature has disadvantage on attack rolls against targets and can't make opportunity attacks against targets other than you for 1 minute. So, it has disadvantage on any attacks irrelevant for a whole minute. So,
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Sweet.
Now, before we roll these, do you want to do a cumulative over 3 rounds like we did before, or do you want to do just like it's like a best of 3?
Best of 3.
Okay. So Beans is going to roll his athletics check with disadvantage.
And I'm
poor
rolling mine
Beans.
with advantage. Oh yeah, 25.
Nice.
Beans got a 9. So you
I feel like I
trip
break
Beans
his
up.
arm or something.
Yeah. You're able to easily. The Beans kind of shies back as you come at him, and he tries to like wrestle you, but you easily grab hold of Beans and have him in a firm grip. We go into round 2. Beans is still looking through his hair at Pauly and is incredibly flustered. Does he roll at the end of each of his turns, or is it just Panache is just on?
panache is just on. I believe, can't make opportunity attacks. Okay, no. Actually, sorry. Or until one of your allies engages it, so I probably have to panache each time.
Well, I'm actually going to use my fighting spirit, which gives me advantage,
Okay.
and I can keep doing that.
For the second round. Oh, second
Yeah.
and third round. Okay.
So I'll do. Yeah,
Right, I'll
do
leave
for
it.
the
I'll
second
leave it.
and the
I'll
third.
leave it for that. You got this now. I believe in you. I don't
I
need
feel
to
like
panache him
you
again.
can almost see this like aura around Yama. Like he's done this.
He's got this. He's got
Yeah.
this.
All right.
17.
Despite Beans' incredible strength, his heart is just not in it today for some reason. And you pin
I
him
smack
best 2 out of
talked him.
3. Yeah.
Hey.
Hell yeah! Woo!
So a cheer goes up from Diana and Lot as Yama stands there over Beans, who's kind of like curled up in the fetal position on the ground, sobbing quietly.
Oh no, Yama goes and like pats him on the back and like and pulls him up by his hand.
I'm normally really strong.
Oh, I believe it.
Zold sort of sneers, but says, a bargain is a bargain. The rules were set, they were agreed upon, and they are carried out. Elise, give him the scepter. These Shadakai are yours to do with what you will.
Shadakai?
She points to Mr. Witch and Mr. Light.
Ah, okay. Well, it was a good game, and I go to shake Zold's hand.
Yeah, she reaches out with her left hand to shake yours.
I go with my left hand then as well. I'm ambidextrous. Because I dual wield.
I thought Pauly was ambisextrous.
Get him in the right mood with enough hat whiskey. Of course he is.
Very good. All right. They hand you Mr. Light's Witchlight Vein.
Ooh. Is that what it's called? Witchlight Vein? Do I add it to my inventory?
Sure. This
That's
ornate rod is topped with... I'm looking this up. It's topped by a pair of butterfly wings. It incorporates bits of red glass into its length.
Oh, it's orange.
As you take hold of it, you can sense the mood of every creature within the carnival. You're overwhelmed all of a sudden, thrust upon you, the disdain that someone has for you. And, you know, bits of pride and general happiness and suffering. A lot of people around you are kind of disappointment. You're feeling a lot of disappointment as well.
Well,
Uh,
I mean, look.
Yeah.
We've got to celebrate, guys. Should we party with the losers, guys? What do you reckon?
Do you think they want to party with us?
Yeah, can
I
we
don't
like
think they wanna party
inside
with us.
check the evil people?
Isolde says, you have the vein, you have the watch, but this carnival is still not yours. I will rebuild it. This is my task. What is it you came here for? Unless you're looking to run the carnival yourself.
This is just a bit of fun.
I kind of want to go to Prismere, so...
I'm definitely going, no, just a bit of fun. You know, sometimes it's fun and enjoyable being
Oh.
better than other people, even at their dreams.
She says to you, Sorn, you wanted to go to Prismere.
That was my goal. They for some reason they just don't follow with what I want to do anymore. But we're here now, so
Jesus Christ, this thing is insane, by the way.
Did you look it up on Wikidot? Because I was looking it
No.
up there too.
No, I just added it to my inventory.
Ah, cool. Oh, is it actually in D&D Beyond?
Oh yeah,
Interesting.
it's sentient.
Yeah. Wow, you don't know that.
Okay, wait, sorry. Oh no, of course.
Yeah.
I was reading it out.
Yeah, for
Fucked.
sure. So what do you do?
I hand the mace to Yama.
I'm sorry, what? You
The
had
vein
what?
to Yama. It just works really well with your crown.
Oh,
So now you have a
well,
crown and a scepter.
so Yama's just looking really majestic, but also very like out of place because you
Yeah.
remember his like first initial reaction to actually getting the crown, and he was really like, "Oh no!" Like, so he's probably just standing there with this thing in his hand. He's like not quite wrapped his hands around, and he's like, my captain, I thought our plan in returning here had been to pass on the goods to Mr. Witch and Mr.
Yeah,
Light.
but for tonight, you know, it could be yours.
Okay.
And
In the background, Karu has like yanked some leaves off the nearby trees and he's like throwing them, and he's just humming like a pageant song. But like, here she is, I'm this American princess. And he like looks to Lot and he's like, come on.
Wait, and Yama's
Lot
still.
begrudgingly is like doing the same thing, but
Yeah,
she doesn't know.
is
Oh no,
Yama's-
I think she's getting
Yama's
right
like-
into it. I think she's
Oh,
about it.
and she knows the fucking song, and she's got like an operatic voice, and I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
She has in her bag just a bunch of like wildflowers.
She's got petals, yeah.
Yeah. She's
And
like, the
throwing
goddess of the
Yama's
volcano is
still-
all about the fertility and flowers. It's great. We love. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we love this. She's got her own verses to that. Here she comes, fly away.
Sorn is literally
Witchlight
just
Queen
peppering
is
the
here to
crowd with
stay.
stones, just throwing stones at people and copper coins.
Yeah, wait, yeah. Yama's still covered in cream, right? It wasn't cream.
Oh,
hit
it's
there
a
for
cream.
me.
Oh my god, you're right. It was cream
It's
wrestling.
cream wrestling. Yeah.
So Yama's covered in cream. He's holding the
Ardent
hand
feathered.
of this like long boy that was crying, and he's holding a scepter in the other, and he's
Yeah.
now also covered in debris.
Petals
Water
and
and
leaves, yeah.
It's
Amazing.
like being tarred and feathered, as you said.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, what are Captain? What exactly are we gonna do? Because originally, Karu's kind of like leaned in to sort of say this. Like originally, we were gonna give the watch back.
Yeah,
But then now we've
will.
got the watch and the scepter, but I don't really want to hang around and run a carnival.
No, we will. We just have all of the bargaining and all of the
Should we
power
just
now.
should we just like shut the carnival down and then everyone can just go free and do whatever they want? Do you think people would like that?
I think the carnival was good for kids, right?
Who give it to? Maybe Beans could run it.
Beans is a pretty cool dude. You got a point there.
Beans seems like a legit nice dude.
I think he would have some good ideas how to run up a good carnival.
I feel like Mr. Witch gave us some good ideas of how to potentially make our ship travel across the plains, though.
Yeah, but like he didn't do a very good job in the game.
You didn't say this to us. But so
I
now
came
we're
back and told
thinking
everyone.
Beans.
That's why I came running
Now
back
we're
over.
thinking Beans is a good idea.
But also, Witch and Light didn't do very well in the games, and that just makes me think they're not very good at anything. Because like they also managed to lose the like very precious watch. Like
We own them now.
Yeah, but
we do actually. Their lives are in our hands.
They're legally ours.
Yeah. We should tell them that their lives should be dedicated to making our ship get into the astral plane.
We do not have slaves. That is not heard as
They're not slaves.
Yes, they are.
And Karu's just like,
I'll pay them.
We will free them immediately.
But
now that
they're
Pauly
indebted
actually
to us
thinks
for the
about
rest
it,
of their lives.
I hate slaves. Do not like slaves.
They are indebted to us for the rest of their lives.
Slavery is not a thing.
Still indebted to us.
But also, would you deprive the children and the people of this many planes of the happiness and the joy?
And yeah, look how happy Yama is, and then like one bit of cream drop just falls off Yama.
I was gonna yell at Mr. Witch and be like, "Can you make him a feather toupee? He might like you a bit more then."
Yeah, well, perhaps we could trade or barter the rod in exchange for, as you say, fitting out the ship.
Oh, I mean, look, Isolde, Mr. Witch, is there any way that you guys can run it, the three of you?
That sounds like a fantastic idea. You would cater to everybody.
The three of them kind of look at each other, and look around and say, "Well, we don't have much of a choice."
You don't. You're right. Okay, cool.
So like give Isolde or like give like so like Isolde is one party and then Witch and Light are one party. So give them each one of the things.
Yes.
So that they have to work together.
They have to work together.
Yes, but I want them to do a pact.
Yeah.
Yeah, before we give them the stuff.
Sorn can draw up a contract.
The pact should be that Beans is in charge.
Wait, they both follow
please,
they both follow desire, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
How do we get Desire's attention?
That's what they were going to take us to see Desire. That was the point.
And then can Desire facilitate this
contract
union?
I mean, I can just make them.
Yeah, one week it's in the Shadowfell, and then the other week it's in the other planes.
I can just
joint custody. And they all get 2 presents. It's like my childhood.
That's perfect.
Well, Sorn's just going to pull out like a contract. It's just going to appear.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll be like, "Here's the contract. You both parties have to work together. And if at any time the other opposes one, the items come back to us."
Oh, I love that.
How's this? Witch and Light and Isolde and Elise are on the council, so they all have to make decisions together on how to run the carnival.
The chairman.
And Beans settles ties.
He's the judge. Judge Beans.
Judge Beans. Beans gets 2 votes.
I really wanted to take Beans with us. That's so sad.
Beans would only need the 1 vote.
He's got the tiebreaker vote is the thing.
Yeah.
It's like the
yeah. I love it.
Yep, works for me. That's the contract that's in front of them. And if anyone
Yeah.
tries to kill
I
each
mean,
other, the
yes,
items just appear
items
back
come
in
back
our
to us.
inventory
Yes.
through
And then
weird
just sign it with
fey
their blood.
magic.
Which item
Well,
do you
yeah,
get to?
it's a blood pact. So
Who gets what item? Just for my headcanon.
No, I genuinely like the idea of joint custody. So the
They
way
They
it'll
have to
can't
swap the
use-
items every time.
yeah,
the place
every
moves.
week. Yes.
We give both of the items to Beans, and he decides who gets
no,
them.
that's too much power in one basket.
Oh, okay, you're right.
Beans will be overwhelmed and become a tyrant of the carnival. Okay.
I just really want Beans to have everything he wants in life.
Is he still
Beans
crying, or
doesn't-
is?
What Beans wants is not all that responsibility. Like, some responsibility is good, I feel, but Beans maybe is not great under pressure.
Okay, so I feel like Isolde didn't want the watch. She didn't feel like she had much use for the watch, whereas Mr. Witch, Mr. Light really wanted the watch, so maybe Isolde gets the watch, and Mr. Witch, Mr. Light get the scepter.
Isn't it Mr. Witch's watch?
Yeah, which is
I
why we
would say
shouldn't
no.
give it to
This
him.
is what I was thinking, right? So
Feel like
like
he'd know how to
we do
use
the
it.
joint custody thing. So like they like what Dan was saying. So they swap each item. So 1 week, or like where depending on what plane they're on, they swap over. So like if they're in the Shadowfell, Isolde gets the watch, right?
But
If they're in
the
a normal
Fae-
plane, yes, Mr. Witch gets the watch, right? And the scepter then swaps over to the other person.
So
then
no
too.
one has both, and it's always
Yes.
Yep.
swapping. Yeah.
Yep, love it.
That way it's equal.
Yeah, they agree.
And they have to give us stuff.
Yeah, I really want Isolde's sword.
I just want the gem off the sword.
She says, "You're not getting my sword. You have a sword.
I would like another sword.
You have a two-handed sword. I only have a one-handed sword. Clearly,
I have a one-handed hand.
I'm sorry.
So I'm sorry for my crew. I've taught them everything I know. I'm so proud of them.
Yeah, I think
Um,
you're like
Isolde-
watching Yama barter terribly for this sword with like a tear running down your eye.
Yes, exactly. So proud.
Isolde says, "Look, this is acceptable. I think it's probably for the best, as this does mean we'll have some ability to take holidays from the carnival as well. When we swap, Elise can hold on to the item, and I can go on a holiday, or vice versa. So I accept this deal, and look, I'm willing to, if the boys here are happy, I'm willing to help to use these items to send you to Prismere,
And meet
or send
Desire.
you back to where you came.
Prismere.
Do we want to go to Prismere, guys?
Yes.
Yep.
I feel like we've toyed with Sorn enough.
Yes.
And
You know what,
Karu's
guys?
saying
You know what?
it.
How about we go back? Let's just
Karu's
we had
saying
our
it.
fun. We had our
Sorn
fun.
looks
We got
visibly
close
annoyed
to Prismere.
and bursts into flames.
We got close to Prismere. We almost went there. We dipped the toe in the Fae, and now the water's too cold. So let's just go back.
We met some people who've been to Prismere. That's like practically going.
Yeah, exactly.
Pauly ends up in fucking the plate of fire. He just gets banished.
Okay. But I also want that ship thing. That
The
thing.
ship thing happens
The
in
bus-
Prismere.
Is it?
But
Okay.
wasn't there a business card to
good
send
word,
us
yeah.
to someone?
Oh yeah, but Mordenkainen said he would
referral
find
letter.
us.
No. Mr. Witch said he had a guy. Remember?
Ah yeah, he said he put in a good word with Desire.
No, that's
The
right.
person
Yes.
who runs.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I guess just bring us to Desire. Yeah. So we had a Prismere. Let's do it.
All right.
Can
After
we still
much-
have a? Can we still have a party? I want to have a party
Yeah,
with these guys.
we'll fast forward the party just because I want to obviously move this along as well.
Mhm.
You have a bit of a celebration. More rat pies are brought out. Beans is cheered up to no end. He seems a bit happier. It's hard to tell. You can't see his face, but he's stopped weeping.
What a soft boy.
Judge Beans.
They put together a big chair for him, and then even throughout the night, whilst people are celebrating, they're still also kind of work's being done to repair the big top, and there's a bit of a feast and a bit of an evening. You're eventually taken into or you're led into the mirror maze, if you remember the
Yes.
where and you're led through the maze and into the back where there is a mirror that is a little bit different from the others, and with Isolde holding the watch and Mr. Light holding the scepter. They sort of, our powers combined, and there's a sort of a boom sound, and one of the mirrors turns into a portal. Now, obviously, I don't have pictures of them working together, but you'll just have to imagine.
I can't believe you weren't prepared for this moment.
I know. I should have been quickly getting that AI to come up with. As Mr. Witch and Light move through the Hall of Illusions, you see in their reflections, it shows them as gloomy Shadowkai children, with your own youthful reflections following behind them. Before you go in, they say, everything you seek and more lies beyond this mirror. If you mean to step through before you do, stand in front of the glass and repeat this rhyme. Hither, thither, here and there, wander yonder, show me where.
Hither, thither, show me where.
Here and there. Hither, thither, here and there. What was the rest of it?
Wander yonder, show me where.
Wander yonder, show me. Okay.
Show me where. Done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Mist swirls in the mirror, blotting out your reflection. Witch says, mind the rule of 3. Future, present, past. And Isolde says, find the alicorn and free the dormant queen at last.
Oh.
Just gives a thumbs up as he walks through.
Yep.
Do it. Yeah, so find the alicorn. So can you say that again, sorry?
Find the alicorn and free the dormant queen at last.
Yeah.
That seems important.
Yes.
You should do that first before any of Sorn's things.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
So anyway, guys, next week we're going to meet a new character named Astrid.
Just as we get closer to Sorn's quest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally,
Yeah.
literally, like the second we step into the dingo first encounter, Sorn dies.
Sorn just disappears. Like he doesn't even make it through the portal. He's currently running on the dragon from Dragon Ball Z.
You're pulled into a world, and you find yourself sort of all floating above it as you're falling down as it gets closer and closer. And you can see that this place seems to be made of there's sort of a big kind of swamp area, a big kind of foresty area with mountains, and then a sort of a rough mountainous area to the west. In the center of this sort of big disc of world that you're falling down to, you can see in the distance what appears to be a large castle, a palace sitting in the middle of these sort of three quadrants, and a long road or aqueduct that stretches out from it as you fall down to the other end of that road with a long bit of road stretching before you. The problem though is that road does have breakages in it, and you find yourselves standing at the edge of a raised and broken causeway under a hazy twilight sky. The causeway, which is built from pale stones that glow faintly from within, towers over the surrounding landscape, but large sections of it have crumbled away. The parts that remain in place are separated by large gaps where portions have collapsed. A fog-shrouded swamp spreads out below you in all directions, and up from its murk wafts the smell of rotting plants. Also rising from the swamp is the music of nature, a discordant symphony of croaking frogs and singing birds. In the distant sky, you spot a balloon made of patchwork material. It spins out of control as though punctured, causing the wicker basket that hangs from it to swing wildly. The balloon plunges out of sight, disappearing into the fog approximately a mile away. And you are... Where are we?
Cool.
You find yourselves in Hither. And that is where we'll end for this week.
Hell yeah.
We finally
Cool.
fucking made it.
All right, let's go, guys. We're done. We saw it. We
We're
stepped
stuck
in there.
now.
We needed, yeah.
We can't leave.
We
This
buy
was
the
my
t-shirt
plan
and
all
leave.
along. There's no way out.
Yeah, there must be a gift store, and then the gift store is always the exit.
Yeah, we'll just find a little shop.
Yeah.
That is how that works.
You're all
Cool.
dead to me.
Yeah, cool.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed returning to the carnival, and I was pleasantly surprised about how you handled that. Clearly, I was not very prepared, but it was very loose, and I think it all went really well.
Absolutely, it did.
That was
yeah,
like
because
an
you're
awesome
that's
game.
because you're an amazing DM and you know how to
Yeah.
handle us.
Seriously.
Aw, thank you.
Chaos.
So I think we've got next week. Are we still good, Katie? Are you gone after that, or
No, I'm still here Monday night.
okay?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we got at least one more session in Hither before we have to find a replacement for Karu or just play with 3 people. But you do have Cloppington and Lot with you, of course, in Hither. And if you haven't already, I know some of you do, are very curious and you zoom out. You can certainly zoom out a lot on this map. There is a lot to see in Hither.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Can you chuck that in like the Discord?
Yeah.
Pretty please.
Yeah. I'll
Can
try.
you chuck the big map in the Discord? I want that. That's so cool.
Yeah, the big map. Can you chuck the big map in the Discord?
Sure.
Pretty
Yeah.
please.
I'll grab that. Check
I
that in
love
Discord.
maps.
And we'll call it there. Thank you for mostly just you guys who were subscribing. There were some people in chat. Obviously, I think Josh and a Grey Knight guy who said he started playing D&D because he watched us play D&D. So that's really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Apart from that, I think we'll just call it a night.
Sounds
Alright.
good.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Blue.